town of Brandon's 21-year-old Marianne Mobley. As the Magnolia State learns it is not alone by valor in arms it can conquer.
The judges picked 20-year-old mistress, Linda Lee Meade, crowned by the outgoing America Marianne Mobley. By great coincidence, her sorority at the University of Mississippi.
Our new Miss America, Cheryl Pruitt.
Miss America is Susan Aiken, Miss Mississippi.
And the new Miss America is...
Oh, there she is, Miss America. There she is.
Good evening and welcome to our special Miss America show. I'm Matthew Hindley.
And I'm Sarah Kate Caliguire.
Ole Miss is excited this year for Miss America because we have a current alumni and a current student in the pageant.
Miss Tennessee is Christine Williamson and Miss Mississippi is Asia Branch. We go now to Brian Barisa reporting from Atlantic City.
Thanks, Sarah Kate. I'm here at the boardwalk. Last night was Children's Miracle Network Hospitals Night, which is a huge partnership for the Miss America Corporation. And Christine sang in the talent portion, Never Enough, from The Greatest Showman. And Asia walked down the red carpet in a beautiful white dress and talked about the 2.7 million victims of the shared sentence, the children of incarcerated parents. Last night's winners, however, were Miss Virginia for her answer to a question about kneeling in the NFL, and Miss Louisiana singing in the talent portion. But things are looking up. Cosmo magazine put both Asia and Christine on their 8 women to watch list, and Passion Roses was appointed as the official roses of competition for the 9th year in a row. They'll be providing roses for the finalists. Tonight is the last round of preliminaries, and Asia will be singing in talent, and Christine will be doing her on-stage interview. The girls have 2 more nights here in Atlantic City, and will be competing on Sunday. Brian Barisa, NewsWatch, Ole Miss. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Brian. Miss Mississippi Asia Branch's social platform is empowering children with incarcerated parents. Now, Asia says that children with incarcerated parents should never let their circumstances define who they are or what they can do, and encourages them to follow their dreams.
I'm going to tell them that no dream is impossible. You know, your circumstances don't have to define your future. You can grow, you can strengthen yourself, and you can progress through anything, but you have to use your situation to strengthen you, and you have to learn from it and move forward. Just know that it doesn't have to hinder you in any way, because I haven't let my circumstances stop me at all.
Now, Asia says she's spoken with the superintendent of the prison that her dad is in, and he will be able to watch her compete on the Miss America stage this Sunday. Well, spending long hours preparing for the Miss America competition isn't easy, but luckily for Asia and Christine, they have strong support systems that keep them going. NewsWatch reporter Brianna Bynum is in Atlantic City and reports how important the support is for the contestants.
It's the final night of preliminaries at the Miss America competition, and Crystal Branch, the mother of Miss Mississippi Asia Branch, has been in attendance each night to support her daughter.
It's just so surreal to see her actually pursuing and fulfilling her dream. You know, her dream was to be Miss Mississippi, and she did that. And then, okay, now we're at the Miss America pageant.
Branch says she's proud of Asia no matter the outcome of the competition.
Whoever is crowned Miss America Sunday, she's my Miss America.
Christine Williamson, Miss Tennessee, says it's exciting to see loved ones showing their support in Atlantic City.
I'm really excited that Team Tennessee is getting bigger each night. It's been really fun each night at visitation to see who all showed up.
Williamson says this was her 5th year competing for Miss Tennessee, so she appreciates the continued support.
To have my family and everybody who's been there for the 5 years, it's really cool to see the culmination of everything really come together. It means the world that people have stuck with it for so long. Like hearing from people that saw me when I was a 17-year-old senior in high school, trying again and again and again for a title.
Tonight, both Asia and Christine supporters will be here to watch them compete in the final round of preliminaries. Reporting from Boardwalk Hall, Brianna Bynum, NewsWatch Ole Miss.
Christine Williamson, who graduated in May of 2017 with a degree in broadcast journalism, is using her skills to help her through the Miss America process in an unexpected way.
It's been really cool to be able to use my, well, not my social media skills, but my editing skills from my broadcast classes for my social media, to showcase what I'm doing with the Alzheimer's Association, to show what CMN hospitals I'm visiting, to be able to use that in a way that's beneficial to showcase the work that's going on has been really helpful. I never thought I would want to pick up Adobe Premiere again, but here we are.
Christine worked as an anchor and weather reporter here at NewsWatch. While at Ole Miss, Christine was also a member of Phi Mu. NewsWatch reporter Annie Mapp went to the Phi Mu house to find out how they're supporting Christine.
Former Ole Miss student Christine Williamson is Miss Tennessee and a Phi Mu alum. She will compete in Atlantic City this weekend for the Miss America title. Members of Phi Mu on campus still remember what it was like to have Christine in the house.
When I was a sophomore, she lived right next door to me, so I would just go over and talk to her and stuff. She's always so sweet, so she was very inviting, so I would go over and she'd try on all her dresses for me.
While her Phi Mu family remembers how welcoming she was, they also remember her willingness to help others, especially through her dedication to the Alzheimer's Association.
I got to know her as a member of Phi Mu, but our conversations really started about Alzheimer's. It's a disease that will affect everyone in their lifetime, whether directly or indirectly through other family members.
As an advocate for the Alzheimer's Association, Christine focuses on bringing awareness to the disease through her social media platforms. With the competition only a few days away, her sisters will be tuning in to see if she takes home the crown.
If Christine was Miss America, I think this house would explode. We'd be so excited.
Christine Williamson will compete on Miss America Sunday at 8 p.m. on ABC, where she's looking to make Tennessee, Ole Miss, and Phi Mu proud. Annie Mapp, NewsWatch, Ole Miss.
Phi Mu is planning on hosting a watch party Sunday night.
The Miss America pageant was born in Atlantic City, and the competition has been held there almost every year. We return to Brian Barisa in Atlantic City for a tour of the town.
Atlantic City, New Jersey is known for its casinos, beaches, restaurants, and tourism. The best way to see the city is on its nearly 4-mile-long boardwalk connecting the city's historic sites to the largest casinos on the island. Atlantic City's iconic lighthouse is at the north end of the island. The 228-step Abeskin Lighthouse was built in 1857. It is the tallest lighthouse in New Jersey at 171 feet and was renovated to commemorate New Jersey's 300th anniversary. For the more daring, the Steel Pier offers roller coasters and thrill rides, as well as carnival games and the Wheel, a 230-foot-tall air-conditioned Ferris wheel. Just off the shore stands the location for the main event. I'm outside of Boardwalk Hall, a venue here in Atlantic City. This week it is home to Miss America 2.0. The pageant has been here since the 1940s and brings in people from all around the country and the world. The pageant was created to boost tourism in Atlantic City into the fall season and has not only been successful, but also gives more scholarship money to young women than any other organization for women in the country. Brian Barisa, NewsWatch, Ole Miss.
The first Miss America pageant was held in Atlantic City in 1921. Well, a group of Ole Miss students are traveling to New Jersey to show their support for Asia and Christine. NewsWatch reporter Brianna Bynum is back with that story.
The 92nd annual Miss America pageant is Sunday, and a group of Ole Miss students are going to join in on the fun. Senior Blair Wardsmith is going to conduct research on the pageant.
Yes, I'm so excited to be headed to Atlantic City tomorrow. I will be conducting research for my Honors College capstone thesis on the sustainability and the evolution of the Miss America organization.
Wardsmith is traveling with a group of friends from the university who say they're excited to cheer on fellow Ole Miss student and Miss Mississippi Asia Branch and Miss Tennessee Christine Williamson.
We're really excited to go and say that we went to school with two of the contestants. We've also seen Asia compete for the past 2 years at Miss Mississippi, so this is really exciting for us to get to see her do that.
I'm actually from where Miss Tennessee is actually crowned in Jackson, and so that's been an aspect of me growing up all the time.
These road revs are leaving soon to go enjoy the week in Atlantic City.
Excited to go to the beach to watch the competition. I've always dreamed of seeing the Show Me Your Shoes parade.
I'm really just kind of excited to see what's it going to be like, and just to be in a new part of the country. I've never really been to the Jersey Shore.
Those students arrived in Atlantic City today.
For a look at some of the historic parts of Miss America, the Sheraton Hotel and Convention Center has a collection of memorabilia of the pageant's past. Here's NewsWatch reporter Brian Barisa again with that story.
The statue of Burt Parks singing Bernie Wayne's classic, There She Is Miss America, welcomes you to the unofficial Miss America Museum at the Sheraton Convention Center and Hotel in Atlantic City. The lobby features many replica dresses, starting from the 1920s, Miss America 1994 Kimberly Aiken's crown and Waterford crystal scepter, and crowns from decades past. The collection comes from the hotel's owner, who opened up the exhibit with the hotel in 1997. The exhibits continue upstairs to a collection of shoes from the Show Us Your Shoes parade. The collection was donated by contestants throughout the 90s. Just around the corner, the hotel displays massive floor-to-ceiling portraits of past contestants, including our own Mary Ann Mobley, the first woman from Mississippi to be crowned Miss America in 1959.
I'm standing here in front of Cara Munn's dress that she won in last year at Miss America 2018. Now, every year the winner's dress is featured here in the Sheraton Atlantic City Hotel's lobby. So this dress is going to be replaced with the winner's dress on Sunday, which will stay here for another year. And then this dress is going to be returned to Cara. Reporting from Atlantic City, Brian Barisa, NewsWatch Ole Miss.
Outside of the hotel, there are collages of photos from Miss America competitions from decades past.
Well, this year's Miss America is known as Miss America 2.0. There have been big changes this past year to the pageant, and NewsWatch reporter Abby McIntosh looks at those changes and controversies.
Your new Miss America is Miss North Dakota.
It was supposed to be the greatest year of her life, but for Miss America 2018 Cara Munn, it hasn't been. Recently, Munn wrote a letter to former Miss America stating the organization has silenced, manipulated, and bullied her.
I have proof of everything that was in the letter and actually concerns I started having back in January.
23 former Miss Americas have come out in support of Munn and are calling for current chairwoman and former Miss America Gretchen Carlson to step down. Carlson released her own statement via Twitter denying Munn's accusations and said, "I also want to be clear that I have never bullied or silenced you." Carlson took over as chairwoman after former Miss America CEO Sam Haskell's resignation. He resigned following the leak of internal emails containing sexist and vulgar comments about former Miss America contestants. One email included Haskell's comments about Miss America 2013 Mallory Hagan, calling her huge and gross. In light of Haskell's emails and the Me Too movement, the Miss America organization announced this year's pageant will have no swimsuit competition. The organization is calling it Miss America 2.0. In a year of controversies, this year's contestants are still stepping out in faith in hopes that they will be crowned Miss America 2019. Abby McIntosh, NewsWatch Ole Miss.
The excitement surrounding the pageant has even reached classrooms on campus. Earlier today, the Meek School of Journalism's event planning class sold cookies and tiara favors in Farley Hall to help support Asia and Christine's platforms. The donations will also be accepted through the Venmo account Meek Miss America.
Now a huge party is planned on campus to watch Miss America. NewsWatch reporter Carson King reports that everyone is invited to the Student Union's Sunday night.
Miss America is quickly approaching, and this year, SAA has several plans set up for the event.
Day of the Miss America pageant, we are going to be hosting a watch party in the Student Union Ballroom, and so we're just going to bring a bunch of people together and support our women that are competing in Miss America.
This year's pageant will feature two Ole Miss Rebels, Christine Williamson and Asia Branch.
Christine representing Tennessee and then Asia representing Mississippi, and I'm not sure that that's ever happened for our university before, so I'm really looking forward to that. And I also got to know both of these women through my time here at Ole Miss, and I think it's really cool to see that connection go from our campus in Oxford to Atlantic City.
We want to be supportive of our members of the Ole Miss community because we are a family, or at least I see Ole Miss as a family, and so when we went this summer to support Charlie Ann as Miss University at the pageant, after we left, it was such an amazing weekend, and so we just got thinking, like, you know, we enjoy supporting our Ole Miss students. How can we get others involved as well?
What does Miss University suggest to all the women competing?
Be yourself.
Because if you don't allow the judges to say who you are, there's no way they can select you as a winner. There's no way that we can select someone who's not genuine to represent all of the women that competed in the local level and the state level, and to be our national title holder is such an honor. I want to make sure whoever is Miss America is genuine and ready to represent us.
And who will take home the crown? It all starts here at the Ole Miss Student Union, starting at 8 o'clock, September 9th. You won't want to miss it. Reporting outside of the Union, Carson King, NewsWatch, Ole Miss.
Well, that was the first official Trash Can Friday. See what fans are looking forward to most for the game day tomorrow.
And the Crosstown Classic is tonight between the Oxford Chargers and the Lafayette Commodores. See who will come out on top next.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
I, Krista, take you, Jamie, to be my wife.
When we found out that we were pregnant, we were just elated. We were just sitting there waiting for the pediatrician. She said she won't be taking you in as a client.
We are a lesbian couple, but she's just a baby. She's the one you're denying the service to.
It's game day weekend, and we have all the coverage you need here. Welcome to Sports Watch. I'm Colin Rivera. Ole Miss's home opener is tomorrow at 3 p.m., and that means it is the first Trash Can Friday today. Sports Watch reporter Tori Reese is in the Grove to tell us about what fans are thinking about this first home game. Tori?
That's right, Colin. Fans around here are excited about it being Trash Can Friday here at the Grove, but some fans cannot simply wait for all the game day festivities tomorrow.
I can't wait to see all the craziness that's going to go on in the Grove this weekend. It's going to be a good time. I'm ready.
Just the Grove, honestly, I got really excited today. It's kind of like game day eve.
The culture and the greenery everywhere.
Hey, you want to elaborate?
The trees, the squirrels everywhere. Just, I feel like it really gives you the antebellum feel.
Well, we're gonna win. Hotty toddy, always. We're gonna do really good this year. I'm excited.
I feel like there's a lot of people that think we're either one way or the other, and we're either gonna be really bad or really good. But I'm leaning towards really good.
Awesome. Exciting time for game day, home debut, and for you Rebel fans, that's going to be at 3 p.m. at Bon Hemingway Stadium. You'll see the squirrels and the greenery as fans were talking about. Reporting live from the Grove, Tori Reese, NewsWatch, Ole Miss.
Thanks, Tori. Since we're playing Southern Illinois this weekend, it's probably going to be a blowout, and that means fans will be heading to the square. NewsWatch reporter Madison Amon takes us to the square to see how businesses do their pregame warm-up.
At JCG Apparel, employees are working hard to make sure the store is ready for the rush of customers for tomorrow's game.
I'm expecting a lot of people to come in just for the first home game in particular, and since we won the first away game, people are going to be really gung-ho to get their Ole Miss gear and go cheer on the Rebels.
With the beginning of football season, special attention to detail is required to make things game day ready.
All of our mannequins in the front are wearing blue shirts because the color is blue, so definitely we change it out every week for the respective color of the game.
While you might see a rise in the Rebel fans coming to Oxford this weekend, businesses on the square are still planning to see sales boom.
From a hotel standpoint, we're having a really good turnout. We're pretty much full this weekend. The following weekend for Alabama, we're completely sold out.
Even regulars at the Graduate will notice a change.
The new menus roll out every once in a while. We just try to shake things up a little bit and just, sort of keep things fresh. We're just trying to, keep things interesting.
Businesses are making sure they're ready for you, but are you ready? Madison Amon, NewsWatch, Ole Miss.
Well, Madison, I definitely am. And while the Ole Miss Rebels prepare for tomorrow's game, the Crosstown Classic will be underway tonight. Lafayette High School is making the short trip to take on the Oxford Chargers. The Chargers are coming off a dominant win over Grenada where they won 39-0. They are currently sitting at 1-1 on the season, but their one loss was at home. Lafayette is coming into town undefeated and have moved up to that number 20 spot in the state. So this rivalry is sure to be a good one. Kickoff will be at 7 p.m. If you're unable to attend the Rebels home game tomorrow because you are out of town or will be working, have no fear. Just follow our Twitter at NewsWatch_UM, where we'll be live tweeting the game and post-game conference. Kickoff is at 3 p.m. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Colin. Up next, find out how Ole Miss and the Oxford School District are working to improve public education in the state.
We'll also take a look at what one school in the area is doing to be among the best in the state.
Don't ignore the subtext. It's on us to intervene in sexual assault. Because we can. Take the pledge at itsonus.org.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
Mississippi ranks 46th in the nation when it comes to education. And tonight, NewsWatch has a series of reports on wide-ranging efforts to improve student learning, especially in math.
NewsWatch reporter Lauren Conley begins our coverage with a look at how the Ole Miss Center for Math and Science Education is focusing on helping the state's teachers.
The Center for Mathematics, Science, and Education gives teachers the necessary tools to educate students of all grades. Whitney Jackson, a former teacher and coordinator at the center, says that this is part of the university's mission.
We really want to keep teachers current and really bridge the gap between the K-12 classroom and the research that's coming out of the university.
The Center for Math and Science Education is not only improving education here in Oxford, but also having an impact statewide. Alex Steinley is the Associate Director of the center. She says their focus is prepping teachers for the classroom.
We want to implement tasks that allow our teachers to say, this would work in my classroom. I'm going to take it back next week and I'm going to implement it, or I'm going to change one small thing that will help prepare my students.
Helping to better prepare thousands of Mississippi students is the mission of the center. Lauren Cunley, NewsWatch Ole Miss.
Well, one thing that makes improving Mississippi education more difficult is that not everyone agrees on how to fix things. NewsWatch reporter Gracie Snyder talked to one state legislator who says politicians need to let the teachers take the lead.
Both reading and math scores in Mississippi are 10% lower than national averages. State Representative Jay Hughes has made it his mission to try and get more money for Mississippi schools.
So it starts with politicians getting out of the way, letting the teachers teach, and then doing the best they can for the children the 7 hours a day that we have them in a structured environment.
At Oxford Della Davidson Elementary School, Principal Marnie Harrington is primarily focused on getting better every year.
I think one of the things that we work on the most is having a growth mindset. And so even though we are, quote, as you say, successful or good, we cannot be complacent with that.
Although the state of Mississippi is behind national averages in reading and math, Hughes believes the key to improving these scores starts with education, both at home and in the classroom. Gracie Snyder, NewsWatch Ole Miss.
As Gracie mentioned, students in the Oxford School District have some of the best test scores in the state. NewsWatch reporter Amanda Haley went to Oxford Middle School to learn about what's working there.
Oxford School District is one of the highest ranked in the state when it comes to student test scores. Oxford Middle School Principal Audra Rester explains what sets them apart.
The teachers have just done such a great job of getting better at their craft of teaching, and that they have collaborated, and one of our hashtags that we're better together, and they truly have really solidified themselves as a team. It's not necessarily your students and my students, it's our students.
Principal Rester says the success at Oxford Middle School lies in the hands of the students and the Oxford community.
The community is such a support of the school. Really, whatever we need, they are absolutely here.
The school's teachers strive to help students reach their full potential.
Our focus is completely on the kids and what they are able to do, and then really honing in on that and zeroing in to see what we can do to just push them to the next level, to challenge them to rise to the top.
Getting to the top is what most Mississippi schools are working to do. Amanda Haley, NewsWatch, Ole Miss.
Overall, Mississippi has a long way to go. However, for example, just 22% of the state's 8th graders are considered proficient in math.
Coming up, we'll keep you educated on where you can watch the pageant festivities.
We'll be right back with more information. Stay tuned.
We are Ole Miss Rebels. As Mississippi's flagship university, we dig deeper, see farther, work harder. We pioneered human organ transplants. We helped prove Einstein's theory of gravitational waves. We are distinguished as a Carnegie R1 top 2.5% research institution. We are Ole Miss, transforming lives and the world.
They gave me Vicodin after my knee surgery. They kept prescribing it, so I kept taking it. I didn't know it would be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
Just a reminder, a Miss America watch party will be held in the Student Union Ballroom at 8 this Sunday night.
And if you can't make it to the event, you can also catch the pageant on 8 p.m. on ABC. So I know I'm definitely going to be watching, but are you going to be watching?
You know, Sarah Kate, I don't know. I'd like to support our fellow students, you know, but it depends who's playing in the NFL Sunday night.
I get that.
Just have to see.
I do understand.
But that's all we have for tonight. Thank you for tuning in to NewsWatch Ole Miss. I'm Matthew Henry.
Be sure to join us here again on Monday at 5 and on NewsWatchOleMiss.com. You can also find our show on HollyToddy.com. I'm Sarah Kate Calaguire. Thank you and good night.